Oh, watching my video. Sure looks good to me. 1983 in film is now public, people, where we got to meet plenty of names such as Christine, Yentl, Eddie Macon, Max Dugan, Stroker Ace, but one of the ones that stuck out the most, the legendary Stoney Cooper. A man so badass, that's what the trailer is about!
Everybody wants a piece of Stoney Cooper.
There's only one other person whose crack shot can blow up a car, and that's Fred Williamson in The Big Score. We'll talk about that after. Deadly Force comes off the heels of one of my favorite 80s movies, 1982's Vice Squad, in which the great Wings Hauser delivered a terrifying performance as the killer pimp Ramrod, one of the most underrated villains of the decade. The producer of that film, Sandy Howard, was so impressed by Hauser, he immediately cast him as the hero in Deadly Force, his first lead role, and was written specifically for him. The film also had a lot of crew members who also worked on Vice Squad. Deadly Force was set up to be a potential Dirty Harry-like franchise in which Hauser plays ex-cop turned PI Stoney Jackson Cooper, who in this film hunts a serial killer. And there were some big-name directors attached at one point too, like Sam Peckinpah, who in '83 directed his last film, The Osterman Weekend. And with this, directing duties went to Paul Aaron, director of the Chuck Norris film A Force of One, and co-producer on Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. It also had some writers who know how to pen a fun picture like this, like Robert Vincent O'Neill, who co-wrote Vice Squad and Angel for Sandy Howard, and Barry Schneider, who wrote Roller Boogie and did uncredited work on Class of 1984. So our Deadly Force Big Score double feature begins now, for as the poster says, when the cops won't and the courts can't, Stoney Cooper will give you justice. Good, it's about time I hired someone to bring back the Arch Deluxe. This is a movie that will get you up on your feet fast. Okay, I'm awake. I'll watch the rest of the movie while fixing my coffee and jumping in the shower. The radio tells us that the X-murders have claimed the lives of 15 victims, but there is good news.
The only good news is that after 15 related homicides, this is the 13th straight day of quiet.
Way to jinx it, News! Phew, thank God the killer found something else to do. What a loser! Now I can stand on the balcony and look over the ocean without fear a shark will shoot a harpoon into my head. I guess the killer's back from vacation and doesn't appreciate someone squatting in his condo. And the hero may be back from vacation too.
Try it up, put it down, pick it up.
My God, it's a prequel to Rats. It's the events that led to the Rat People Revolt. Stoney is on the case. Another broad fell off of a balcony, and we already got Riggs and Murtaugh investigating the Huntsucker girl. Poor Stoney loses his soccer ball, and also his wife is waiting for him to sign the divorce papers. But he's got some good news too. He was just cast in the local community theater production of Casablanca. He's got to get good and drunk before he accepts a job.
I got a Puerto Rican revolutionary wrapped up in dynamite. And $1 million in machinery ready to go boom any second.
You idiot, that's the other 80s Wings Hauser movie, Hostage. This is Deadly Force. He needs to find a serial killer. There are a lot of surprises in the film, and we're only 5 minutes in.
So, Hotshot, another flight, another 6 strings, huh?
Estelle Getty is in it? It's Wings Hauser's first starring role. It's far too soon for him to have his own Stopper My Mom Will Shoot. A serial killer is too dark for that plotline. Yes, he's on his way to investigate the death of his friend Sam's daughter, but he's got time to help out this other guy before he goes to the airport. It's the usual problems. A guy has explosives in his warehouse, is threatening to blow up Sal's shipments because Sal's banging his wife. It kind of has that Dirty Harry-like structure too, where we already know what the main plot is, but there is the little isolated scene, like stopping the robbery to show our lead is badass and knows some one-liners.
Zoom it!
I'd say it looks like a Mexican standoff.
I'm a Puerto Rican man.
And he will definitely let him know how many bullets he still has.
I gotta blow this place, man!
Well, how about I blow it?
It isn't the best dialogue in the world, but Wings Hauser's charisma makes it work. It makes sense they wanted to instantly have him star in a movie. He is a great actor. Between this and Vice Squad, he can command the screen, whether he's playing a hero or a villain. Sorry I'm late, Sam. Funny story. I had to stop a disgruntled husband from blowing up a warehouse. Even though it wants to be Dirty Harry, it is still kind of a prototype for plotlines in Lethal Weapon. And Wings Hauser looks a little like Gary Busey, so now it seems like Mr. Joshua is investigating Amanda Hunsaker's death himself. Bad idea. The cops are not happy Stoney Cooper is back in town, as he was kicked off of the force and out of LA for being a loose cannon.
You don't like the way the system works. We still do things that way, strictly by procedure.
Oh yeah? Well, if I see a man wanting to blow up warehouse shipments because someone's porking his wife, I shoot the bastard. That's my policy. What? And if there's time too, maybe Sam will help Stoney get back together with his estranged wife. Sometimes I love watching an old VHS for stuff like this. I dub this the apocalypse filter. It could be the apocalypse outside. Okay, who is his ex-wife banging? Keith Hernandez! Stoney's here to make his own sitcom jingle when he enters a room.
Where's it?
Diego.
I would fix the locks, but he just shoots his way in anyway. This works out. His wife Eddie is played by Joyce Ingalls, and the only other movie she did after this was a Lethal Weapon movie. He has a plan for Diego here. He's gonna find his warehouse and blow it up himself. She's of course pissed he hasn't signed the divorce papers. It's because he knows by the end of the movie they'll throw those papers out the window. Oh, sorry. Too soon after Sam's daughter's death. I do like some of these lines though.
I'm not your enemy.
No.
I just don't like you anymore.
I told you I've given up beating hookers with a pimp stick. Now I just give you an intense stare down. Seriously, I do really like that line. I'm not your enemy, I just don't like you. This works out though. His wife is a reporter who is also doing an investigation on the ex-murders.
No, sometimes he uses knives, sometimes ice picks, strangulation.
So the killer has commitment issues and can't even choose a weapon. It'll be hard for Stoney to find the killer because everyone in this city wants him dead. Well, this escalated quickly. Even the mob wants Stoney out of town? How does everyone know he's here? And how do they instantly know where to find him? I'm not sure he should be investigating the ex-murders. Everyone sees him coming. Sam, I told you, we'll get to your daughter's death in a minute. First, I need to break into the crime boss's house and take down some henchmen. My lord, are we already getting a boss battle in the first act?
Oh, hello, young man. You must be looking for my boy.
Oh no, the Don also has his own Estelle Getty. There's good ideas here, like you can still hear the boss's mom yammering in the background, and he wakes the man up while his mistress is, no joke, watching porn in bed. They do tie this into the main plot, where if Stoney catches the killer, these two will split the reward. In the meantime, let's take a break so he can find the nearest piano to say, "Play it again, Sam." He's been saving that up the whole trip. We've got our next convention appearance later this month. Come see us at Planet Funk Con, August 25th through 27th in Davenport, Iowa, where We'll be there all weekend long with plenty of copies of my book, Class of '86. Get your tickets now over at planetfunkcon.com. Hope to see you there. We're back, people.
Sonny Cooper from New York City.
Listen.
We've been all over town.
divorced.
I
You
can't
know I'm
leave
not
here
divorced.
now.
Please, movie, one phone call at a time. See, while you're busy on the phone, I take it we'll find the next victim of the ex-murderer? Possibly, who knows? There's a lot of subplots here. It is him, though. The killer's calling card is that he carves an X into their foreheads. This is the worst rebranding campaign I've seen for Twitter yet. Stoney is on the case when the grumpy chief isn't making threats that always include the phrase, "gives me the red ass." Stoney can reach into any crowd and find an informant.
Ow! Who the...
You'll do. Keep your eyes and ears open. And remember, odds are you will get killed. He finds a new suspect with every informant he talks to. Definitely evil puppets did it. Damn it, Stoney, while you were playing in the arcade, X killed another person. Oh, people die in the restrooms all the time. I, on the other hand, only have a few days to check out these titty bars. Maybe I'll even take in a movie too. Can you tell me which one is better? Indecent Exposure or Love Goddesses? The best part is him pulling more informants off the streets. Give me the information I need before I kick the shit out of you. Even when talking to the informant he likes, he is still in bitch slap mode from Vice Squad.
Hey, Zeus, talk to me.
Oh shit, sorry. It's just that you gave me info on a hooker and my inner ramrod came out a little. He makes it up to the informant. The informant survives the movie, and this is his last scene and he's never mentioned again. On to Maria, who has some info on one of her Johns, who I guess conveniently knew she would be asked these questions by a PI at this exact spot and is already there to take a shot? What? But he didn't count on the bus. After last week's sexploitation antics and getting it on and My Tutor, we really needed a movie that got its ass to church. Also, Maria keeps her baby here because she may be the Virgin Mary, minus a few key details. Hey, damn it, easy. You're nice to hookers in this movie, remember? The killer is pissed because he bought that scope for no reason. Damn it, Stoney, you coming to town has gotten more people killed. It was nice of Eddie to give him a place to stay while he gets the cat out there on the street to bring him back more info too. But meanwhile,
the precise life that we are given to reach inside ourselves.
The movie's feeling a little down and could use a visit from a motivational speaker. They're all making each other feel better.
What do you do, sir?
I'm in ladies' shoes.
Yeah, what a loser. There's no helping you. Seriously.
Do you have an arthritic condition, sir?
No.
Why then do you stand like a cripple? You are insignificant, sir.
Now Stoney's going to investigate that guy leaping off a balcony. When he's done taking a minute in the tub, of course. Okay, fine. If Stoney ain't gonna find the killer's gonna go after Stoney. It's the subtle quietness of a ninja that makes the killer hard to find. You son of a bitch, the cat just fell asleep and now he's gonna be leaping across my chest again. They're basically doing what they can to make the killer feel enough like Scorpio at first. But whatever, let's get back to Eddie's dinner interview date with obvious cult leader and obvious fire hazard. The authorities may be listening in. They're getting very bad at hiding their microphones. I mean, wow, get any closer, guys, and the mic will catch fire. Sadly, she goes home to find that Stoney and the cat did not get along well.
You can't live like this again. I cannot live like this again.
Why are you acting so calm? Look at your windows and the walls. Someone fired 300 bullets inside here. We should probably find somewhere else to stay with less windows. It's surprising that the killer hasn't come back. There's more important things to do than finding the killer.
Rub a little lower.
Like getting so laid. Nothing puts her in the mood more than an old-fashioned locker room towel fight. It's weird watching a sex scene in an early 80s movie that doesn't involve a teacher and her student. But it still has 80s sex scene music. Just listen.
I can't fight it. I just can't get free.
Well, I gotta bang something now. Sure hope it was worth it because, well, someone else is about to die.
Her name was Janine Strand.
And she was not supposed to park here. Hurry, get a Band-Aid for that X, stat! The chief has bigger fish to fry, like Stoney being a thorn in his ass!
Well, I want you to tell your glory boy that he has worn out his welcome in a very short time.
You've got a dead body like 10 feet from you. Try hating the killer as much as you hate Stoney. And keep these damn reporters and filmmakers away from here.
Don't do that again.
But Burt Reynolds is gonna make sure you're not filming on his locations for Sharky's machine. Must find links to all victims. They maybe would have been better off keeping it random. It won't make a lot of sense when they do explain it. Even with these leads falling in their lap, she gets some kind of tip where there's instant killer POV. Don't let that get in the way of your flirting and making out again. I think this is why you were thrown off the force, Stoney. You get easily distracted. Damn it, we hear something. Gotta jump into hero mode, I guess. Oh wait, it was the cat's informant that sent them here. The killer is gonna jump off the fridge like a classic jump scare. The killer is dumb. This previous scene is the only time he tried hiding and taking a shot at him. Every other time he gives Stoney plenty of chances to get away. And now the killer himself is gonna escape. Or it could be the killer, or the mob, or angry PTA moms who also want him dead. I don't care who it is, I'm shooting at him.
No, you're not a cop anymore!
Oh, like that matters. It's 1983. There's literally a movie called Vigilante. He'll probably get away because it's a very darkly lit scene. Even I'm having trouble spotting whose car is whose. Plus, saying the ex-murderer is loose is weird because it sounds like they're safe because he doesn't kill people anymore. He's an ex-murderer. Meanwhile, Joshua, the motivational speaker. Does this man go anywhere without his microphone? When the wife is attacked, he does what Stoney hasn't been able to do yet. Just shoot the bad guy. There's gonna be a twist with the killer, isn't there? Or is the last half hour of the movie just gonna be Stoney dodging cars from more people he owes money to? And maybe taking in another movie as well. Damn it, Stoney, something, your ass is grass! And kiss that reward money goodbye.
My report says the reward money goes to Joshua Adams.
I told you, he's also Mr. Joshua. Without that money, he may have crime lords still coming after him the rest of the movie. See? Instantly they know Stoney doesn't have the money and are chasing him down. It's nice of every character in the movie to have access to the script. Whoa, Jesus, you're shooting at me on the highway? All I owe you is $100. Just wait till my bank opens in the morning. This high-speed chase is escalating so quickly, this poor worker didn't even have time to adjust his afro wig. This works itself out. The gangsters wreck their car and are never mentioned again. So back to the killer plot. Now wait, what is this? Did they forget to properly take the lens off the camera? Guys, I mean, come on here. Let's take a break before a crew member walks in the shot. Our friends at Loading Crew Crafts are now doing pre-orders on this spectacular Cinema Snob Dakimakura pillow. Click on the links below and now you can wear a onesie while sleeping with me in a onesie. Ooh, wording. Welcome back, and yes, it will turn out there is a big bad controlling the killer, which I'm a little glad because this guy wasn't much of a character at all in this and would just show up every now and then as more like a plot device. though I am having trouble following it. They're mentioning a bunch of people we haven't seen. This guy talks about another prisoner who had control of other prisoners till he was attacked and supposedly died, and some of the killer's victims worked in the prison or know other prisoners, and the guy's name was Fulton. Wait, the answer's been obvious all along. It's Michael Ironside again. No, too easy. Just change the chin, add some wrinkles, give it another hairstyle. My God, this goes all the way to the top. It's President Reagan! Or this guy, he's the villain. I figured as much. Another villain named Joshua, and his insertion into the movie was too random for him to not be the villain. But please don't explain anymore.
Because what we got so far is Adams is Fulton, right? A con gets a release ticket signed by guard Harvey Benton, who checks out a burned body. You follow?
I really don't. It's the kind of movie where it'll make more sense to me when I'm editing this, but watching it and taking notes, I'm like, okay, let me rewind a few scenes so I can figure it out. So in prison, he faked his own death, but now that his business is getting more powerful, people will know his prison identity. So he's killing the people who knew him in jail, and also innocent people to throw off the cops. So the only people who ever knew him are the people he met in jail? Seems like overkill, given that clearly he looks nothing like he did in prison, so who would know it's the same guy? Not only will they bust this movie's Mr. Joshua, but also that's Paul Sheenar. They're taking down Sosa for what he did to that poor Cuban immigrant Tony Montana. And lose the tape recorder for the interview. We have plenty of recording devices in the room. We're storming your mansion now, Sosa. See how you like it. Let's wait for the tracking to act up so we can hide behind it and sneak inside. I would say he's going from 0 to sinister fast, but he already was pretty sinister as soon as he came into the movie. And Stoney and Sam are instantly discovered.
I mean, here she is, doing her job. And there you are, acting the fool.
Oh, no, he's not acting.
Yeah, okay, when you're both done with your comedy routine, Joshua's the bad guy. Son of a bitch, I need you to listen to me. Look, we're all pulling guns on each other. Why are you still acting so normal, Eddie?
Would somebody just please tell me what's going on here? Sam, what's going on here? I don't get it.
It will take a very long time to explain it. I love that it starts with seeds of Lethal Weapon, then a bit of the Glimmer Man, and where we end up is Ace Ventura Pet Detective. Finkel is Einhorn, Einhorn is Finkel! The movie is no Vice Squad, but you could watch it as a fun follow-up to it. It's a complicated plot, but feels like a good first draft that could be tweaked to fix the holes. Sadly, there wasn't a Stoney Cooper franchise, and despite the movie's problems, I would love to see a universe where we got more of these, because it is Wings Hauser that absolutely makes it watchable. He's always been an actor where if he's in something from the 80s, I'm quick to check it out, because he's that good on screen. It almost worked as a pilot movie. The music and cinematography kind of feels like a pilot, and it would be a pilot for something I'd totally watch because of the lead character. Paul Sheenar is good, and I wish he was in it more, because he knows how to go over the top, despite his character also being dumb. Now he's the talking villain who just shoots beside the hero and runs off. Okay, moron. Move to another place so you can keep talking long enough for Stoney to save the day with editing. Now Stoney's a bad shot. Josh is still alive. We need to wrap things up here. And boy do we, because we gotta get that trailer moment where suddenly Stoney is the best shot. What in the hell? The gun's strong enough to bring down the bat plane. Was Joshua keeping the warehouse dude's explosives in the trunk? I'm used to cars exploding in the 80s, but this had to be the easiest car exploding I've seen. If Stoney let him go, the car would have found a way to blow up anyway. Now he can walk off in the darkness with the chief still screaming about ass.
You leave LA and I'll have your ass!
The walk of the lonely in the dark of the night.
I will be getting a single of Stoney's theme. So yeah, the movie didn't do great. Obviously more people went to see the actual Dirty Harry movie of '83, Sudden Impact, but still, give Deadly Force a watch, only to support Wings Hauser movies, and to look at what could have been an okay franchise that they could have improved upon. Stay tuned after the break for the big score. We're moving from LA to Chicago, but the back-to-back car explosions will continue. It isn't so much that these two movies are loose cannon detective movies of '83, but more that they have a very specific kind of grindhousey trailer, lest you forget how Deadly Force opened.
Everybody wants a piece of Stony Cooper.
Now here's the trailer for the big score.
Williamson is Detective Frank Hooks.
I don't trust nobody.
Now they're gonna take him out.
Here's how Deadly Force ended.
Deadly Force.
Now here's how the trailer for the big score ends.
The big score.
The two movies aren't made by the same people, but the trailers sure as hell were. And these actors kept busy in '83. Wings Hauser had his first starring role, which unfortunately didn't do great, but he did also have a story credit on Uncommon Valor, which was a very big hit of the year. And Fred Williamson had multiple films. You could find Fred in the Vigilante movie called Vigilante, the Italian post-apocalyptic films New Barbarians and Warrior of the Lost World, plus The Last Fight, and also as director and star of the Chicago cop film The Big Score, where the poster also tells us whose ass he's gonna kick: the mob and a crooked police force. And John Saxon is there too? The movie could be called Black Mitchell. There's a Dirty Harry connection here as well. The writer, Gail Morgan Hickman, had a story credit on The Enforcer and wrote some other cop films like Murphy's Law and more Bronson vigilante action with Death Wish 4. The city is already in danger. Who's gonna fall off the building this time? The big score goes too far with the apocalypse filter. This makes Deadly Force look like 4K. You can always tell the movie was a hit when the quality of your movie makes you say, next week we'll make things look better with a shot on video movie. Okay, camera's set up. Now where's the car? Oh, there we go. Keep that camera pointed at it, and don't let that boom mic get in the shot. The picture may be grainy, but we can still hear the kickin' theme. Yeah, Jay Chataway, it was right to make a spin-off of Star Trek set on the piece of the action planet. Fred is Detective Frank Hooks, part director, part Black Caesar, all cop. Hookers flock to this man out of nowhere.
Hey, baby, looking for some action?
I don't think they got a needle big enough to kill the shit you got, baby.
Oh, I'm sure they can cure cooties. A hard man like this deserves a hard drink.
Yeah, give me a Coca-Cola with a cherry.
Okay, well, you're an undercover officer. Wait a minute, that's Frank Pesci. He should know right away Fred is undercover. He's the guy who kept trying to buy from Axel Foley at the beginning of both Beverly Hills Cop movies. I'm just going to assume he's playing the exact same character here. And way to give yourself away, Fred. Find time to crap your own badge. See, if they wanted them to think he's a real criminal, you should have put in John Saxon undercover. No one would believe he's a police officer. With Richard Roundtree here, the Shaft Mean Johnny Barrows team-up was what I was definitely asking for after the disappointment of the last Shaft. God damn it, Ed Lauder needs an extra bottle of aspirin to deal with Fred's headache. It's hard being police chief in every 80s movie police station, or the ones Frank McRae isn't in charge of. Alright, send Paul Kersey in here so I can give him the okay to shoot any criminal on the street. All of this casting makes sense. The sleazy attorney is Chelsea Ross before he's senator and gets a football thrown in his face by Bruce Willis. But crime boss Goldie is back on the streets and already talking shit. Another 1983 movie that says, we got sudden impact at home. Ooh, he's in trouble now.
Are you stupid or what? You think because you wear that badge you can punch anybody you want?
Yeah, it's an 80s movie. I know, that's the point! Punching is off limits! You're only allowed to shoot him if he pisses you off! There's only one thing left for Fred to do.
You apologize. To who? Goldie Jackson and his lawyer.
I don't even have a Twitter account. So on to the second thing to do, visit the ex-wife. Get to the part where they have a double date with Stoney Cooper and Eddie. Fred has all the right moves till he's cock-blocked by the cat. What? No! Fred's here! He's the cat with the A5 caliber claws. When he gets mad, baby, that's real bad. Oh, we got time for a love scene now that the cat is out.
Well, as long as it ain't now.
Forget it, I'm not in the mood. Will an awkward fade and an establishing shot do? Let's get out of here and bust the worst of the worst. Okay, dude, why are you even attempting to run? They're gonna catch you in seconds from just walking.
Hold it right there, Cheech.
Ambulance! Heart attack! No, my flour! Tonight I'm supposed to deep fry 20 pounds of catfish! Cheech here is giving them all the info on the upcoming deal. Illegal shipments of quadruple extra large bowling shirts. Alright, we dropped him off at Catfish Digby's. He'll do what he's told. And he's happy to work with Frank. Frank's nicer to his informants. He didn't pull his hair or slap him in the face. And this one comes with the sexiest establishing shot music. Ooh, the Sears Tower spent all night getting mad ahead from the Tribune Tower. Nice to know we're seeing every second of their stakeout, right down to their very important naps and small talk.
This coat smells like somebody really peed in it.
Peed on him, probably.
Very funny, Kowalski, very funny. Because I'm gonna piss all over your leg before we start.
Alright, you guys have been talking about piss for the last 2 hours. Stop it! Good, someone's here. Maybe it'll be the screenwriter to tell us just what in the hell this movie's supposed to be about. We're 20 minutes in. Let's take a break so they can regroup and figure out this damn plot.
This Tuesday at 9, 8 Central.
You're dead.
They're cops. They're partners. They're secretly married, and that's a problem.
He will look for you at my place.
Magruder and Loud.
Oh. I'll blow you away.
This Tuesday at 9, 8 Central.
We're back, and Goldie has arrived with his bootleg Rico tubs. It's all here. The shipment of relish you asked for. People will be lining up for miles for these Wrigley Vienna beef dogs. When Fred loads his gun and his cigar, you know he's ready to bust into action.
The window! It's going down.
They smelled your cigar smoke again, Fred. Hurry, Fred! He runs a lot faster than Cheech! Hop over a car! That'll give you max speed, and you can run off your sprained ankle! Get him before he jumps in the Chicago River like John Shea in Windy City! Damn it, will Goldie just get in a car so I can shoot the trunk and blow his ass up? Okay, fine, I'll put a few in your chest. Who the hell just screamed? It doesn't show who that was. Just know it really scared someone. He's got his eyes and ears on the street. Look, Kowalski is Chicago actor Ron Dean. He's all over great Chicago flicks like Risky Business, The Fugitive, and Code of Silence. Okay, you guys wrap it up here. I got a hot date tonight. I'll say this, they didn't go overboard with the dim lighting. I can still see everything. So props to the cinematographer. I haven't seen the camera shutter or the boom mic once. And he did shoot Friday the 13th, the final chapter, and Children of the Corn, but, is he okay? His IMDb picture is concerning. And it's not every day that I look at an IMDb page and straight up porn starts playing in the trailer window. He did also shoot Deep Throat and The Devil and Miss Jones. But there is a movie I'm surprised he didn't shoot. And that movie is another Son of Sam. We couldn't get Johnny Charo or Bruce from last week's Getting It On, so you, Nancy Wilson, get up there and pad out this 80-minute movie where I'm still not entirely sure what the plot is, given that the big bad it set up is already dead. It's just gonna turn out to be Joshua who set up these deals to cover up his own prison shipments, isn't it? I gotta scoot. She'll be okay with me leaving in the middle of her song, won't she? She'll be fine. Paul Reiser is rocking the keyboard back there. I love that even after Fred leaves, it still continues to play the rest of the song. So I guess the plot has to do with finding the missing money from the deal.
I don't know what happened to the goddamn money. Didn't just walk away.
Aha, there's missing money again, and Johnny Charo is mysteriously a no-show. We got another Son of Sam, people. Now they think that Frank may have taken the money himself. They give him 24 hours to find that money. Start running, Fred. Run, Lola, run the shit out of this. Finally, though, we get our main villain, Joe freaking Spinell. Either fingers are gonna be broken or hookers are gonna be scalped. And get Bruce Glover in here. And now look, Bruce, your son keeps peeking around my daughter's aerobics class. I want you to put a stop to this, or I'm gonna slit open his nutsack and replace his testicles with a medicine ball, capiche? The movie is a mess, but I love the casting.
Not just dead, Coslow. I want this mother crucified.
Ooh, he's actually talking about the editor. Must we already have another musical interlude? Oh, glad I caught you during your intermission. We probably could have combined these bar scenes into one, alright? Not sure why it needed to be two. What we're saying isn't that important anyway. It shows her band more than it shows their conversation. He's gonna find that missing money the only way he knows how.
The shooting started, I lost track of it.
Play back the movie and put it in slow motion. It helps the padding too. Why not show that entire chase scene again, only in slow-mo? This movie is exactly what happens when you take a 45-minute cop show and decide to make it movie length. I won't be shocked if they re-show Nancy Wilson's song in slow-mo. Or instead, let's show Fred walk a nice normal pace to check out Goldie's car again, which is still there. Hello, half-full, large McDonald's fries. Don't mind if I do. Hope no one sees me.
Bet we're both here for the same reason.
The M&M's under the seat, huh? Normally, I would just assume Saxon will turn out to be the bad guy, but that's way too much effort for this movie. I don't even know these two's relationship. Are we exes? Are we just separated? Are we back together or still together? Chief Ed is under too much pressure, too. Internal Affairs is here to bring in another police chief who is way shoutier and says ass way more. The mayor is gonna bend my ass over and stuff his foot so far in my ass it reaches the back of my teeth all up through my ass! So they're suspending him for the missing money. Look, Frank, you can get your badge back right away. Just stop the nearest robbery by firing wildly in the store and crashing a car through the window. The informants aren't so lucky in this film. Sober him up before we shake him down.
Satisfy me, baby. I got to satisfy me, blue.
He puts the beer in beer-battered beer. I will say this is finding original ways to pad itself out.
I want some of this.
You son of a bitch, the joke wasn't that funny. Now where's the man who put a meat cleaver in Crispin's face? Tell us, goddammit! Oh, I don't know, ask the cinematographer! This scene happens because he gives them the name of Frank Hobbs and says that Frank is the cop he gives information to. Well, yeah, I would have thought they already knew that. Bad news though, I tried some of your catfish. It needed far more seasoning. Now we're gonna beat that 450 out of you with a side of brass knuckles.
No!
We're also gonna play pool with your balls. But here's a line I wasn't expecting.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayfield. Are you ready for your karate lesson today?
Ha ha ha, very funny. You bought that costume just to make fun of me, god damn it! Mayfield is also looking for the missing money. We asked all the college broads before killing them in the showers. Hell, this movie might as well be about a serial killer. Poor Cheech died graphically.
Somebody messed him up real bad. Whoever did it really enjoyed their work. They just cut off his peck and stuffed it in his mouth.
Jesus Christ! His ass looked like SpaghettiOs when they pulled the bat out. Frank Cheech is dead. They're finding bits of fat from his ass packed in walleye planks all over the city. Frank knows where to go to grieve for poor Cheech. Oh my god, the padding in this. You can tell me this is an 83 movie all you want. I'm convinced this is a drive-in crime movie from 1973. The Mafia is now shaking down Frank for the money. It's okay, he says they can share the reward money if he catches the ex-murderer. They'll know how to find him otherwise. I hear his action-packed walking music. There he is! Let's kill him before finding out where the money is. He has good friends on his side, always around the corner for Fred to jump into the nearest building he finds. We'll give our life for you, Fred! It wasn't the bullets that blew up the car, it was just him simply falling on it. Why was he even in this? Saxon and Roundtree are such non-characters here. I appreciate they cast these names, but they really didn't have to. Saxon is quickly dead, while Roundtree just simply isn't in the movie anymore. Damn, he was my buddy. Well, guess there's time to catch the 7:30 performance of the Fantastic Mercy from Mr. No Legs. After he puts one in the bad guy who gave him the info he needs. Ooh, shot his big toe right off. This is all a series of scenes where Frank needs an address, then gets it, then he goes to find the bad guys, whatever their name is.
Now, freeze! Where's Jumbo?
Ha, Jumbo? You mean Dumbo? I'm tired of everyone making a Dumbo reference whenever I say that name. No, what are you doing? You're supposed to shoot the trunk. That'll blow up the car. Neighborhood Watch will not like Frank going into their jurisdiction.
Hey, get away from me! Stop that! We don't have no fight in this neighborhood!
Okay, just send me your report in the morning. They couldn't get Wings Hauser to help him with the case, but they did send Stack Pierce. He was also in Vice Squad. Let's take a break. Frank realizes he forgot to pick up more cherry Coke from the store.
Dear Dad, becoming a cop has finally paid off.
Hello from Hawaii, Ma!
People here are so friendly. We're always being invited to swimming parties.
No, Ma. Finally using our training and surveillance.
Andy Senkowski and Mac Riley. They're with you on Hawaiian Heat this fall.
We're with you on ABC.
We're back, and hello? It's your bass player. He's gonna need a replacement for tonight. There's edits here that are just bizarre choices.
He's all yours.
Oh my god, the guy who works for the bad guy works for the bad guy! He sends her to safety as the opener for Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose. Plus, he knows who to talk to. All of that boom mic evidence from the ex-murderer was right there. He goes directly to the director of Dolomite, D'Urville Martin himself. Alright, I need machine guns, a mic stand, a headset, a muffler, and a boom arm, you dig? You know what? Forget the mics. Just give me the guns. D'Urville is ready to join Fred to the money drop, where our hero has other plans.
Well, I got a score to settle with him. I can't wait to blow his ass up.
Your music is giving you away again, Fred. There he is! There he is! Blow up the car, damn it! A bit overkill. You could have just shot it. You didn't need a detonator. He sneaks around very carefully. Jesus! I sure hope that was a villain and not a random homeless person. Also, cross your fingers that it's a bad guy upstairs when this happens. He only pays for top shelf firecrackers. I could already tell that this would be a movie that 100% will have its climax in a warehouse. Now get out of here before I blow the head off of this man we only just met 5 minutes ago. Seriously, did D'Urville come in at the last minute to replace Richard Roundtree? Richard will miss the amazing slow motion explosive bag toss. There's a lot of build-up to a death scene that we don't see because they used all of their explosion budget. Well, that was, anticlimactic as hell. You wasted all your firecrackers on this guy? They do the "I'm not part of the system anymore" scene, but after what happens next, you'll wish he was. I'm not even kidding. Here is what happens. He leaves Mayfield a present, which is the severed head of his wife's dog. Seriously, our hero, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard of the save the dog rule. Well, here's the little used behead the dog. I mean, sure, the bad guys killed his cat earlier, but that's not an excuse. That's like watching John Wick if he just went to the villain's house, shot his dog, and went home. And the scene is still padded. We see a long shot of his driver dropping the head off in the trash, and also another long shot of him throwing away a fake grenade. I like the casting, but this movie is terrible. I don't really know what happened to the missing money again. All he does is threaten Joe Spinell to stay away, so he took out more punishment and revenge on the man's dog? Hell, this car gets a bigger death scene as it's randomly inserted into the ending where kids blow it up with, yes, fireworks. Stop wasting your explosives! I guess these two are back together. That's as important of a plot as anything else here. Oof, if Deadly Force felt like a pilot movie, this was like a random episode in the middle of a show that only lasted half a season. It makes sense the writer also did write a lot of TV. Deadly Force had too much plot, this one didn't have enough, and it gives its hero some of the most baffling decisions I've seen in a cop movie. This was 30 minutes of a thin-ass plot about a drug deal and missing money, and the rest, just have a beer and watch a show. Deadly Force wins this one easily, and really is sudden impact when compared to this. Well, stay tuned next week for a 1983 horror double feature, but if you don't want to wait that long, click on the links below for our epic 4.5-hour 1983 in film episode that goes through all of the films of 1983, and about 95% of them are better than the big score.
Go home and clean yourself up!
It's the walk of the lonely in the dark of the night. It's the face on the shadow got you in here.